It's quiet. You haven't said a word yet. The kettle's barely warm and the sun is just beginning to rise. But already your joints are under attack. If you're over 60 and waking up with stiff knees, swollen ankles, aching hands, or that familiar creak in your back, it's not just age, it's often routine. Yes, what you do or don't do in the first 30 minutes after waking up might be the very thing that's silently wearing down your joints day after day, year after year. And most seniors have no idea. That's why I'm here. Not to scare you, but to wake up your awareness before you reach for that coffee cup. Because your morning habits, the things you do without thinking, might be making your joints stiffer, slower, and more inflamed than they need to be. And the worst part, these habits feel harmless. They feel normal. But normal doesn't mean safe. Let me be clear. This is not about blaming yourself. It's about reclaiming control gently, one choice at a time. And I promise you, for every harmful habit I'm about to share, I'll give you a simple, science-backed alternative to support your joints instead. Because yes, change is possible, even after 65, even after arthritis, even after decades of the wrong routine. So, if you've been telling yourself, I'm just getting old, maybe it's time to ask, what if it's not just age? What if it's habit? Stick with me. And in the next few minutes, you'll discover 7 morning mistakes that millions of seniors make, and the small changes that could make a massive difference in how you move, stand, walk, and live. Coming up first, the one thing you do right after waking up that's hurting your joints more than helping, and you probably think it's relaxing. Let's start with one of the most innocent habits of all. The snooze button. It feels harmless, right? That soft buzz, the half-sleep haze, the quiet promise of just 5 more minutes. But for your joints, those 5 minutes are far from gentle. They're confusing, disruptive, and inflammatory. Here's why. When you hit snooze, your body slips in and out of fragmented micro-sleep cycles. That stop-start pattern triggers stress hormones like cortisol, increases muscle tension, and prevents proper fluid circulation in your joints. Instead of waking up gradually and activating your mobility, your body stays stuck, literally. And if you're over 60, your joints are already working against gravity, wear, and reduced collagen. That sudden jolt from stillness to standing without proper wake-up flow, it's a recipe for stiffness, imbalance, and increased joint pain throughout the day. Let me tell you about Carl, 69, a retired teacher, early riser by nature, but in retirement, he got in the habit of snoozing 2, 3, even 4 times before getting out of bed. He started noticing his ankles ached more than usual. It's weird, he said. I sleep more, but I move worse. Turns out, more isn't always better, especially when it comes in broken fragments. The fix? Set just one alarm. Place it across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. When you wake, sit up slowly, rotate your wrists and ankles, breathe deeply, and give your joints time to reboot with you. That small shift from jerking awake to intentional activation, it's the difference between a painful step and a powerful one. And next, we'll talk about something even sneakier. It's what most people reach for within 2 minutes of waking up. And while it smells good, it might be making your inflammation worse by lunchtime. Coming up, number 6, the common morning beverage that may be silently stiffening your joints. Mornings and coffee. They go together like socks and shoes, especially after 60, when that cozy routine feels like a small joy you've earned. But here's something most seniors don't know. Drinking coffee before water, especially first thing in the morning, could be silently worsening your joint pain. Why? It comes down to dehydration. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up naturally dry. Your joints, your spinal discs, even your brain, they all need fluid to function properly. But instead of giving your body water, most people give it caffeine, which is a diuretic, meaning it draws water out. The result? Your joints become less lubricated, your tissues stiffen, and inflammation has a much easier time spreading. Meet Judith, 71, a retired florist who loves starting her day with 2 cups of strong coffee and the morning news. Over time, she noticed her fingers felt tighter, her knees more rigid. I thought it was just arthritis setting in, she said. But when she switched to a glass of warm lemon water first and delayed her coffee by just 20 minutes, The stiffness eased. I still have my coffee, she smiled. But I hydrate first, like giving my joints a proper good morning. What should you do instead? Start your day with a large glass of room temperature water. Bonus points if you add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to replenish minerals. Then enjoy your coffee, just not as your body's first fuel. Coming up next, number 5, a habit that feels productive, even healthy, but could be putting uneven pressure on your spine and knees within minutes of waking. And the worst part, you might be doing it before you even brush your teeth. We all love a tidy room. There's something comforting about a neatly made bed. The feeling of starting your day with order, discipline, and a small sense of control, especially in retirement. But if you're over 60, there's a hidden cost to making the bed right after waking up. And your spine and joints may be paying for it every single day. Here's why. When you first wake up, your spine has been in a horizontal, fluid-absorbed state for hours. Your discs are swollen with water. That's normal, that's healthy, but it also means your back is more sensitive to pressure, bending and twisting. So when you lean over, tuck corners, stretch across the bed, especially without warming up, you place uneven rotational stress on your spine. And that's before your joints have had a chance to activate or decompress. For seniors with osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease, or even mild stiffness, this simple act can trigger misalignment, inflammation, or lingering lower back pain throughout the rest of the day. Let me share James's story. He's 68, a former accountant, sharp and tidy. For years, his routine was strict: alarm, make the bed, coffee. But lately, his lower back began aching before breakfast. When his physiotherapist asked about his mornings, the culprit became clear. James was bending and twisting cold muscles at the most vulnerable moment of the day. Once he changed his routine, standing, stretching gently, and delaying bed making for at least 30 minutes, the pain faded. I didn't realize discipline was hurting me, he said. Now I stretch before I straighten. The better way, after waking, sit up slowly. Let your body adjust. Do a few light stretches, shoulder rolls, ankle circles, gentle spinal twists. Wait 20 to 30 minutes before bending to tidy the bed. During that time, hydrate, walk a bit, or simply breathe. And coming up next, we tackle a habit most people think is healthy, but is secretly throwing off your joint alignment every single day. Stay tuned for number 4, where posture isn't what you think it is. This one surprises people the most because it sounds healthy. It even feels good at first. You wake up, sit on the edge of the bed and instinctively raise your arms, twist your back, maybe bend down and stretch your hamstrings. It's part of your rhythm. You were taught that stretching in the morning wakes the body up. And it does. But only when done gently and intentionally. If you're over 60, your muscles and joints don't transition as quickly from a resting state to a stretch state. During sleep, your body temperature drops slightly, your joints become stiff, and your fascia, the connective tissue around muscles, tightens. When you stretch too hard or too fast, especially cold muscles, you risk micro tears, inflammation, or joint misalignment, particularly in areas like the lower back, shoulders, and knees. Let me tell you about Donna, 73, a former dance instructor who loved starting her day with full-body stretches. One morning, she felt a pull in her lower spine. Not sharp, just nagging. Days later, it became constant. Her physical therapist explained, it's not the stretching, it's how and when you're doing it. Donna swapped her deep forward bends for gentle, breath-led movements. Arm circles, neck rolls, cat-cow stretches on the bed. Within 2 weeks, her mobility improved. It's not about pushing, she said, it's about inviting my body to wake up. Here's what to do instead. Start with dynamic, low-intensity movements. Shoulder shrugs, wrist circles, seated side bends. Focus on breath. Avoid deep hamstring or back stretches until your body has warmed up, ideally after walking around for 5 to 10 minutes. Never bounce or force a stretch. Think fluid, not forceful. Morning movement should feel like water, not a jolt. And next, we move from body to mindset. Because your joints aren't just affected by motion, they're deeply affected by emotion. Coming up, the toxic morning habit you don't even see as physical, but your joints do. Before your feet hit the floor, What's the first thing that runs through your mind? For many seniors, it's not peace. It's worry, bills, a doctor's appointment, loneliness, regret, a memory that stings. We don't talk about it, but we carry it. And whether we realize it or not, our joints carry it too. Morning stress doesn't just live in your head. It releases a cascade of cortisol, your body's stress hormone, which causes inflammation, muscle tension, and stiffness. For older adults, especially those already dealing with arthritis or reduced joint fluid, this spike in cortisol can be the tipping point between mobility and pain. Let's look at Evelyn. She's 75, widowed, and lives alone. Every morning before brushing her teeth, she'd scroll the news, death tolls, disasters, and arguments on social media. She told me, "My body always feels heavier after reading." I didn't know it was connected, but it was. After replacing her morning scroll with 5 minutes of intentional breathing and gratitude journaling, Evelyn noticed something unexpected. "It wasn't just my heart that softened," she said. "My hands did too, science agrees." Multiple studies link morning stress to joint inflammation, particularly in older adults. Chronic mental tension increases muscle contraction, compresses joints, and worsens perceived pain levels throughout the day. Here's the shift. Instead of starting your day in your phone or your past, start in your breath. Before standing up, place your hand on your belly and take 3 slow breaths. Say aloud or write down one thing you're grateful for. It could be as simple as "I woke up." Your body hears what your mind repeats. And next, we expose one of the most damaging habits of all. Not something you do, but something you don't do. And it's robbing your joints of circulation every single morning. Coming up, the stillness that's silently speeding up joint aging. You wake up, you sit on the edge of the bed, maybe you stay there a few minutes, or maybe you grab your phone and scroll. 5 minutes turn into 10. Before you know it, your joints feel even stiffer than when you first opened your eyes. It's a quiet habit, and it's one that millions of seniors fall into without realizing how much it's costing their mobility. Here's what most people don't know. Your joints rely on movement to receive nutrients. They don't have blood vessels inside the cartilage. Instead, they absorb what they need through synovial fluid, which only circulates when you move. So when you stay still, especially first thing in the morning, when your joints are already dry and compressed, you're not resting. You're starving your joints of nourishment. Let me tell you about Henry, 77. He used to wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, and spend 20 minutes checking emails before even standing. His knees felt locked, his back throbbed. "It's like my body got older in just those 20 minutes, he said. After speaking to a movement therapist, he started a new routine, 90 seconds of slow marching in place, arm circles and ankle rolls right after waking. The result? "I don't feel frozen anymore," Henry smiled. "I feel like I arrive in my body before the pain does." What to do instead? Before reaching for your phone or even brushing your teeth, spend just 2 to 3 minutes gently moving. March in place, roll your shoulders, sway side to side. Even lying in bed, you can start rotating your ankles and wrists. Think of it as priming your joints for the day ahead. Because motion, even gentle motion, is the oil in the engine of your mobility. And now, we've come to the final and most important habit of all. Coming up, the one mistake that almost guarantees your joints stay inflamed and stiff, and how to reverse it with a mindset shift that could change everything. This one's not just about joints, it's about how you show up in your body and your life each day, because the most damaging habit isn't something you're doing wrong, it's what you're not doing at all. And that's skipping a simple, intentional morning ritual that connects your body and your mind. Not a workout, not a task list, but a moment, even just 3 minutes, where you check in with yourself, move with intention, breathe with awareness, and set a tone that says, "I'm not here just to survive today, I'm here to move through it." With strength, with softness, with presence. When we wake up and jump straight into reaction mode, emails, news, aches, routines, we leave no space for the nervous system to settle, the joints to wake gently, or the heart to engage in healing. This keeps your body in low-level fight or flight mode. Cortisol rises, inflammation stays high, joints stay tight, breath stays shallow, but the body craves rhythm, and rituals, however small, give your joints the signal. It's safe to move, it's safe to heal. Let me tell you about Lillian, 80. After years of chronic stiffness, She started each morning with a 4-minute ritual, 3 deep belly breaths, 3 stretches, neck, spine, and hips, and whispering out loud, "I'm still here, I'm still moving." She didn't just gain flexibility, she reclaimed ownership over her body, her mindset, her mornings. "I no longer feel like I'm bracing myself against the day," she told me. "I'm greeting it, so here's your challenge. Create a ritual, keep it simple, but make it yours, because rituals are how you move from aging to intentionally living." You've now seen the 7 habits silently destroying your joints and how to shift them. Don't try to fix everything at once. Start with one. One ritual, 1 glass of water, 1 mindful breath. Comment below which habit hit home for you the most. Subscribe if you want to keep rebuilding your body, your energy, and your confidence from the inside out. And remember, you're not too old, it's not too late. Your joints are still listening. Give them something good to respond to.